In this episode, I'm going to give you my recommendations for week 8 of the fantasy basketball season for the Sleeper app. Now let's make some game picks. Welcome to the Game Pick Fantasy Basketball Podcast. I'm your host, Robbin Marx. You can connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Game Pick Podcast. If you love points leagues, dynasty, and sleepers' new game pick format, please consider subscribing on all channels. And please stick around until the end because I'm going to share the game pick sleeper of the week. Now let's jump into our big time game picks for week 8 of the NBA season. Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is ranked number 35 on hashtag basketball for their points leagues rankings. He has 4 games this week. He has a back-to-back on Wednesday and Thursday. Just know that Tobias Harris, his full potential has not been unleashed. He's performed at the best in his career under Doc Rivers, but he was the third wheel in the system when Ben Simmons was playing. However, with Ben Simmons having a huge question mark over his future in Philadelphia, Tobias Harris has the opportunity to really move into that number 2 role behind Joel Embiid and really get to an all-star level. So my game pick for Tobias Harris for week 8 of the NBA season would be Monday at Charlotte. Al Horford. He's ranked number 51 on hashtag basketball. He has 3 games this week, and it's worth noting that they are all away games. He has 1 back-to-back on the Tuesday and Wednesday. Al Horford is old. So if you have him in a dynasty format and he's producing the way he's producing, on a top 50, top 60 level, you want to see if you can sell high on Al Horford. I do imagine that he will be rested at some point in the season, whether it be for back-to-backs or whether it be for general, load management. So just be really careful, especially if the Celtics are going to be, in playoff contention and they're getting ready for the playoffs. They might bench old Al. So I would move him if you can. Especially if you're in Dynasty, I would be trying to sell high on him while you have the opportunity. So my game pick for Al Horford would be Friday at Phoenix. Jarrett Allen. He's ranked number 40. He has 4 games this week. He has 1 back-to-back on the Friday and Saturday. And the Cleveland Cavaliers have been surprisingly good. I mean, I'm hyped. I have tons of Darius Garland stock. I have a little bit of Evan Mobley. I don't have any Jarrett Allen, and I'm really disappointed. I really wish I did. They are running this big man lineup for their small forward, power forward, and center position. Those guys are all about 7 feet. That's Lauri Markkanen, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. So they're playing the 3, 4, and a 5 with big 7-footers, which is kind of shaking up the league. And they're being super productive. And Jarrett Allen is definitely a defensive anchor that will get you some blocks and some defensive stats. So my game pick for Jarrett Allen is going to be Saturday at home versus Sacramento. It's worth noting that is his highest projected point total, the Saturday game versus Sacramento. Pascal Siakam. Pascal is ranked number 47 on hashtag. He only has 2 games this week, but for Sleeper's game pick, that doesn't impact you because you just get to pick 1 game anyway, which I think is great. So he has 2 games this week, no back-to-backs, and Pascal has been playing second fiddle to Fred VanVleet, which is, rightfully so. Fred is approaching all-star level. He is like an amazing fantasy asset as well as a real-life, NBA player. So I would say for Pascal, I would hold him. And if you don't have him, this might be an opportunity to buy low on him because people have kind of moved him from being the main guy in their mind to being the second fiddle to Fred. So if you can grab him for value, I would definitely try to grab Pascal. And my game pick for Pascal Siakam is going to be the Wednesday game at home versus OKC. DAngelo Russell. DAngelo is ranked number 45. He has 4 games this week, no back-to-backs. If you've listened to me for a little bit or followed me this year, you know I'm not a big DAngelo Russell fan. He actually has broken my heart when he used to play for, the Nets in fantasy. So I honestly don't really like DAngelo in fantasy. But as the numbers prove, he's number 45. He's a productive fantasy basketball player. Like, there's no doubting that. And Karl Anthony Towns had a spill where he fell on his back in week 7. So that might impact him. And if Karl Anthony Towns misses any time, DAngelo Russell, his value will increase. So my game pick for DAngelo Russell is going to be Monday at home versus the Atlanta Hawks. Evan Mobley, one of my favorite players in fantasy. And in Dynasty, I would really, really get aggressive about trying to get stocks of Evan Mobley in your Dynasty leagues. He is next level. This year, or right now, with hashtag basketball points leagues rankings, he is number 52. He has 4 games this week. They have 1 back-to-back on Friday and Saturday. And like I said earlier, when talking about Jared Allen, he's in this big man lineup, big 3 lineup where they have a small forward and a power forward and a center, all about 7 feet, which is really working well for him. He gets you tons of stats, assists, blocks. Like, he's just a beast. And honestly, he is my favorite for Rookie of the Year this season. So my game pick for Evan Mobley for week 8 of the NBA season, the Saturday game at home versus Sacramento. Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant is ranked number 54. He has 4 games this week, no back-to-backs. He's getting the work. I mean, even with Cade Cunningham there, Dwayne Casey is, using Jeremy Grant as the anchor of the team's offensive attack. So if you have Jeremy Grant, I would hold. If he has a bad game, I would try to buy low. My game pick for Jeremy Grant is going to be the Monday game versus OKC. It is his highest projected point total. This week's game pick sleeper of the week is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is the best place to play fantasy sports, including best ball, daily drafts, and pick'em. Start drafting in minutes for a shot at big cash and an enhanced game watching experience. Did I mention that Kevin Durant and Mark Cuban invested in Underdog? Once I heard about those cosigns, I had to spread the news. Sign up today and use the code GamePickPodcast. Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. It's like getting free money. Don't miss out on your chance to double up from the jump. To sign up, just download the Underdog Fantasy app on Android or iOS. Now, the game pick sleeper of the week, Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane is ranked 111. He has 4 games this week, a back-to-back on the Wednesday and Thursday. Ja Morant is out. He's going to be out for a little bit of time. And with him out, Desmond Bane is going to rise to the surface and really put up numbers. Jaren Jackson Jr. is doing that as well. But I believe they need guard play. And Desmond Bane has proven in the past that he can be an elite scorer on a fantasy level. He puts in a lot of different counting stats and will give you the numbers that you're looking for. So I would strongly recommend playing him in week 8. And my recommendation for the day, the game pick, would be the Saturday versus Houston. If I didn't mention your player, please drop me a comment with your request. Also, please join our brand new Discord group if you need help with game picks, trades, dynasty questions, team names, ESPN, Yahoo formats, the works. All you have to do is hit the link in the YouTube description of this episode or shoot me a DM on any platform. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, share with a friend, hit us with a Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you absolutely crush your league this week. Now get out there and make some game picks.